Excellent.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Okay, right.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. My attitude is this: I do not believe the country is on the edge. I believe a lot of wrong things are occurring, but my philosophy is this: I believe this, that it's like when Elijah was in the wilderness and he thought he was all by himself, and God told him, no, you're not. I've got 7,000 men who've never bowed their knee to Baal. I believe in the United States we have millions and millions of people who've put God first forever in their lives and always in their lives. And because of that, I don't believe this country will ever fail. But why am I going to Congress? Well, in part because I got tired of yelling at the television all the time and seeing all the crazy things people were doing. People talk about compromise. We got to compromise. We got to work together. Well, when we're given a moldy loaf of bread, half a loaf is just as bad as a whole loaf. I think all we've been getting the last 10, 15, 20 years is moldy loaves of bread. My philosophy is I want to go there, and what I'm going to work for is a balanced budget in 2 years. And not a balanced budget like we had under Clinton, where they borrowed money from Social Security and they borrowed money from the government pension funds and didn't call it a liability. I mean a real balanced budget. I mean cutting $300 to $400 billion from our baseline of 2008. I also believe it's time to start calling people out. I think if we got senators who don't get it, I think we need to tell them that they don't get it. If we have U.S. senators who continue to vote on horrible legislation, I think we need to tell them that they don't get it. I also believe that we need to change our tax system in the United States, and I have two major reforms I would like to at least push for. Whether they'll get through, I don't know. But one big reform is I like to take the corporate income tax, and I want to simplify it so people just pay 15% on the net income as reported to the SEC. This means corporations only have to file one set of figures instead of two. But I also believe that individual income taxes should be cut, and I think we should re-implement the Reagan tax cuts, the Reagan tax scheme, except for keep investment taxes where they're at. And for people who say that the federal government can't be cut, I would say you're wrong. You know, we have $90 billion in direct cash transfers to corporation. We have $135 billion in programs that the Office of Management and Budget says don't work. We can start there. But even more so, I think my greatest desire is to once again go to Congress as a public servant. I think too often, too many of our legislatures have forgotten that they serve the public, and this is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Too often congressmen think that we're there to serve them. Too often congressmen seem to think that the money we earn belongs to them. It doesn't. It belongs to us. We're the ones that get up and go to work every day. We're the ones who have to pay the bills. You know, when they say that, well, if we keep Bush's tax cuts, it's going to cost the government $46 billion. Well, I tell people if we raise taxes, it's going to cost you $46 billion. But they don't seem to care about that. They don't seem to care that you guys have to live with less money so they can do what they want. I think that's reprehensible. I also believe in re-implementing a conservative interpretation of the Commerce Clause and the General Welfare Clause in Article 1, Section 8. I think once again we need to say that we have a government that's just not allowed to do things. We're not allowed to be involved in every facet of your life. We're not allowed to tell you how to educate your kids or what to eat or how to exercise. We're not allowed to tell you what kind of car you're going to drive or how many miles per gallon it's going to get. We're not allowed to tell people where they can drill and where they can't. We're the only nation in the world that has proven oil reserves that are off limits. No other nation in the world does that. We have the resources here. We have the ability. I have the confidence in the American people that if the government would just allow them to have the liberty that this country was founded upon, that we could easily grow our way out of this situation. I believe the people here have the inventiveness, the courage, the stick-to-itiveness, the desire for hard work that's not seen anywhere else in the world. I think it's just a matter of saying, okay, go for it. I think people can do it. I think we can do it. I don't think the government can do it.